And welcome back to What If Weekend. Welcome back to What If. We're still in the week of What If. And we are on part 2 of What If Vegeta had gone to Earth instead of Goku, or what is also known as Dragon Ball Z Sai. So, last time on the Dragon Ball Z What If. What if Vegeta had gone to Earth instead of Goku, Dragon Ball Z Sai? When we last left off, Vegeta had completely killed Demon King Piccolo, not realizing the ramifications of his actions, and we left off with Mr. Popo showing up on his magic carpet saying, "We need to talk. Now look, maggots, I know you thought you were doing the good thing, and Kami was even okay with it, but you actually, back at the lookout, but you actually ended up moving us up even more." So Popo explains that without King Piccolo and Kami, who they first off explained who Kami was. But Kami and King Piccolo are without question were two sides of the same coin. Kami was the guardian of the earth. They were two halves of the same being. If you kill one, you killed the other. And unfortunately, you killed Kami. So now we need a new guardian of the earth. So which one of you is it going to be? Well, whatever. We can just use the Dragon Balls to bring it on. And then Pope was like, yeah, about that. Because Kami created the Dragon Balls, if you kill the guardian, the creator of the Dragon Balls, you kill the Dragon Balls. Wait, what? Yeah, just look at inside your pocket. Because remember, they were after the Dragon Balls to begin with, so I'm certain they barely had one or two on them. Dragon Balls just turned to stone now. Wait, so we can't bring anyone back ever again with the Dragon Balls. Sorry. Now, which one of you is it going to be? So, but at that moment, they're now just trying to figure out what to do. Krillin's gone. I do believe Chaozu was killed too at that point. So they can't bring back Chaozu or Krillin. I mean, what exactly how are they going to be dealing with this? But, we need to do something. So, I'm not being the Guardian. I'm the guy who guards the Guardian. The God who guards the Guardian cannot be the Guardian of the Earth. Was that even a sentence? Might have been. I don't care. I don't care, fine. Well, you go do that. I'm going to go make some toast. So they're just trying to figure out, hey, what, Black Man? It's Popo. The name is Popo. Fine. Popo making toast. What? We have a question. Buttering toast. And then he comes back eating his toast. Coke toast, to be precise. Coke toast. Anyway, enough of the shenanigans. So what? Can't we just go to where did Kami come from either way? Couldn't you just find someone else like him? I don't know specifically where Kami came from, but I do know he's not of this planet. What? And then that raises Vegeta's interest, like, curiosity. Wait, what? He was not on the planet? Because he knows he's not of this planet. He at least knows he's a Saiyan and an alien. What do you mean he's not of this planet? Yes, I will show you. And then they go to see Kami's ship. This is the ship Kami came in when he was a boy. I do not know where he came from, but I would imagine his planet's coordinates are still in the ship's databanks. In theory, you could go and find out where he came from and find a better candidate for Guardian of the Earth. It's like, well, they're talking about it. It's like, none of us want to be Guardian. None of us probably even would be good at being a Guardian. It's like, well, it seems like a noble idea, but someone's going to have to stay here and keep the homestead down or safe while you're gone. So they talk about it. I mean, and then Roshi, and surprisingly, it would be Roshi. I'll stay here. It's like, yeah. This is your time, boys. My generation has come and gone. I will stay here and keep watch as the temporary protector of Earth. In which Pope was like, yeah, you're a bit too perverted, but if it's only a temp job, I suppose we can let it slide. Trapping that, Genie, leave me alone. I'll do the job fine. Besides, love is just looking at things. It's like, well, a job's more complicated than that. Oh, yeah! Wait a minute. Oh yeah! Okay, there's a lot of just looking down, but the point is, it's a lot harder than you think to just look down. Whatever. Let's just do this. So they all agree. Bulma, Yamcha, Tien, and Vegeta are going to go to Namek. So they prepare the ship, they get ready, and they go off. With Roshi filling as a temp guardian, much to Popo's disinterest. He doesn't really care that much. He's Popo. I'm making Popo a bit more abridged Popo than, because let's be honest, real canon Popo would not like Roshi as guardian. Let's be honest about that. But abridged Popo would not care. So ultimately they're going to Namek. They reach Namek. Maybe they even have that run in with the fake Namekians in the anime, and then the psychic aliens that were tricking them. Unfortunately, I doubt that would really work ultimately, and Vegeta would probably wreck their ship. So we cut forward to basically them getting to Namek. Now, should note, power-wise, where are our main characters at? Or the Z-Fighters we have here at the moment. Because with Vegeta as strong as he is, they probably would be training a lot harder to try to catch up to him. Now, this is, I think it's directly after the martial arts tournament, so Tien is still around 180. Yamcha, I'll actually put it a little higher, because Yamcha's power we know by Dragon Ball Z was around 177, I think it was. I could be off by a few. I know it was in the 170s, but that's by Dragon Ball Z standards. By like the last two tournaments, he probably wasn't much higher than in the low hundreds. For this, because he's probably been trained to try to keep up and match up with Vegeta, we'll put him maybe at like 150. I think that's reasonable, but when you're putting the extra training in. So they get the Namek, and they're trying to sense the Dragon Balls out, but they can't because, frankly, none of them actually know how to sense energy at this point in their careers. But they have the Dragon Raiders, so they go and they meet them in Namekians. Again, Vegeta's hospitable. He's not like evil or anything. He's definitely not the friendliest at points, but he's definitely not evil, and he's got good nature, overall good personality to him, and he can even share some like general laughs and have a good time with people. But he's still a little off-putting. Like he's got a serious look in his face, and why wouldn't he be? His best friend's dead, and they're trying to bring him back. So, well, actually, no. I should point out they're going there to look for a new guardian. They don't even know about the Dragon Balls. So it's like, hi, we're looking for a new guardian of the Earth. What are you referring to? Well, then they explain the issue with Kami and the Dragon Balls. And without him, I mean, the Dragon Balls came as well, Dragon Ball. Well, would you like to use our Dragon? Well, we have Dragon Balls. It's like, what? And they go and they see Dragon. Like, this thing's huge. That's true. Yes. Why do you need the Dragon Balls? And then they explain King Piccolo and Kami again, how their friends are, and we would like to use the Dragon Balls to just resurrect our friends. And they realize, wait, we could resurrect Kami. We could resurrect Kami and then bring our Dragon Balls back. But then Tien would actually be the ones that, but if we do that, wouldn't that bring King Piccolo back? And to which they talk about they're talking about this, and it's like, this is difficult. I mean, clearly Vegeta's strong enough to take him out, but we don't want to risk taking him out again. Otherwise we're just going to wind up in the same scenario. So what are we going to do? Then, what's the Elder Namek who took over for Guru? I can never remember that guy's name, but anyway, he's you seem to be suffering a great deal of crisis, my young friends. Why not ask our Elder Lord Guru? A Guru? A Guru? No, not a Guru. Guru. He is the elder of our planet. He's the creator of our Dragon Balls. Maybe he can assist you. So, all right, let's go. And then they fly. Well, Vegeta flies off with us. And Vegeta, actually, I can see what's likely would happen. I think. Wait, no, Tien can fly. I remember that. Tien can fly. Yamcha can. Bulma can't fly. So they have a plane hovercraft, whatever, a vehicle to get in there. So they're led to Guru. I think Dende does it. And then Nail pops out. And keep in mind, I don't know if Nail was as strong as he was when Frieza fought him at this point in time. Because let's be clear, this is a good decade before Namek. Or close to a good decade. So it's very possible he wouldn't be as strong. That said, even if he's not as strong, I imagine he'd still be pretty strong. So let's put him at just a solid 20,000 at this point. Let's say, that's a perfect way to put it. Let's just say he's just starting out. In fact, because the theory why Nail is so strong is that Guru had also released his hidden potential. So, and if the standard release power is around 8,000, or is it 8,000 times 8, and then whatever your remaining potential is, and a warrior Namekian's power on average around 3,000, you can do the math, Nail would just be around 24,000. To which Vegeta senses, well, this guy's way stronger than I am, actually, he can't even sense power yet, but he can still get an idea. As I say, he can still gauge things. So they basically go in and say, "Who are these?" Like, they're from Earth. Like, they're from Earth apparently, and they're looking for wisdom from Lord Guru. And then they also notice that the couple of the Dragon Balls are right behind him. In fact, most of them are right behind him. All 6 of them, and Guru has the 7. So it's like, why did you bring the Dragon Balls? They actually are here because they're in need of our help with Dragon Balls. And it's like, what do you mean? What? Oh, no. What, Lord Guru? It's like, what are you doing out there? It's like, we have visitors. Well, stop talking to them and take their coats. Let them in. Hello, I am Super Awesome Kami Guru. What can I do for you today? We're here, and they explain the scenario. I see. So and then they realize, wait, was this Kami and Namekian like us? Well, we don't know that for certain, but King Piccolo was. So if they were the same half of the 2 halves of the same whole, then I'd have to guess Kami was. And then they aware, because Guru, I believe, was aware of who Kami was, if I'm not mistaken. He actually was somewhat aware of his departure. So he has passed. Very sad. How about you are correct in that the Dragon Balls would not only bring back Kami, but bring back Lord Piccolo as well. To which they're trying to figure out what to do here, and all of a sudden, without warning, they hear Roshi's voice in their heads. Well, did you find it or not? It's like, Roshi, what the hell are you doing here? Yeah, well, I'm temporary guardian of the Earth. It gives me a couple leeway powers. Apparently, I can read your mind and talk to you telepathically across planets. Just a thing. Just a thing we can do, apparently. So I'll be able to do this till you get back. So what's the dealio? We all good to go? And they explain what's going to go on and just, I see. This is most troubling. However, Roshi figures out something we can do. It's like, I think I have the answer, though. But first, I'm going to have to, it's like, Popo, we're taking a trip. Yeah, everyone, make the wishes you need to make. It'll all work out in the end. But first, wish back everyone that Piccolo killed before we wish back Kami. So, that's what they do. They agree to it. And they make the wish on Porunga. They bring back everyone of it. So Krillin and Chaozu wake up in their pods. And then finally it's like, okay, and bring back Kami. And then Kami's like, oh, Mr. Popo, it seems I've returned. Like, yes, Kami, it's good. Yes, Kami, it's good to have you back. And then and King Piccolo's like, I'm back. I've returned. That little brat will not get the jump on me again. I, King Piccolo, will rule this guy. Well, with an iron fist, I will. Yeah, about that. My fupa! Roshi was waiting there the entire time. Just like, because he knew if he was gonna come back, he'd come back to the spot where he died. So he just waited there with a sealing jar and did the evil containment wave. I prefer Mappa, but it's easier for me to do that in his voice and dub. So evil containment wave and just seals him in an urn. Just, it's like, wow. And Roshi's a lot stronger because he had to train to kind of, keep Vegeta in a stable mindset, as arrogant as Vegeta is, he had to make sure that he was, he progressed like a man properly. So he has trained. So therefore, the Mappa would not hurt him anywhere near as much as it did at all. It'd probably still tire him out a bit, but he's good to go. It's like, and then goes back up to Kami, thanks to Popo. They have King Piccolo now sealed up, and they are good to go. The Dragon Balls have returned, and sure enough, they have one of the Dragon Balls in their pocket on Namek. So, all right, we've returned. We're back. Thank you very much. And then they say, with that, I don't think we have any other wishes. Nope, don't have any other wishes. I see. Then I will bestow upon you all, before you leave, a parting gift. What? I wanted to be sure that your intentions were strictly... or only that which you would basically he says, I just want to be sure that you weren't going to do anything that you didn't have to do. So I'm going to bestow upon you a gift. Come closer, young ones. And then he grew as a reward for proving that their intentions were true and pure and not overusing their Dragon Balls, not abusing them or anything like that. Gives Tien, Yamcha, and Vegeta their hidden potentials unlocked. Now, the question quickly becomes, how strong does that make them? We have Tien at around 180. We have
Yamcha in this version are around 150, and Vegeta is around 7,000. Now, the initial multiplier is around times 8. So if you just scale that up real quick, that'll put Yamcha right around 1,000, 1,200. That would put that puts Tien a bit strong, definitely a bit stronger than Yamcha. Doesn't put him at a 1,500, I believe, if I'm getting the math right in my head, around 4,060. 1,460. Vegeta obviously gets a big boost going to around 56,000. But then you factor in when they get back, they'll be training for a while. Where does that lead them out with training and everything along those lines, power-wise? And Krillin and Chaozu are just kind of left in the dust, even though Krillin also has probably been training a good while to get stronger too. Krillin, I would imagine, is probably around wasn't quite as strong as Tien, but he was stronger than Yamcha, so we'll put him at 170. Because Krillin was around 206, I want to say it was, when they did his power level in the original series. So he'll try to progress too. But when it's all said and done, what's the ultimate power level we'll see our fight of these guys at when we get to the next World Martial Arts Tournament, which will not have Piccolo Jr., which will not have Piccolo because he's sealed away. He's not even killed. They didn't even kill King Piccolo and spit out the egg. It's just he's sealed away. Yamcha, here's the thing. It's coming all down to what their potential probably was. We know Krillin's ultimate potential is around 42, because his ultimate power level ended around 75,000 when it was all said and done, which is roughly speaking about, 42 times what his base power was when it was initially released. Gohan's is around around 133 times multiplier. But Gohan's half Saiyan, had a lot of hidden potential in him, and Krillin was human. Now, I don't know if it goes from species to species or individual to individual. I'm going to suggest it's probably individual, but with a combination of species kind of lumped in there. So when you factor Yamcha, who probably had less potential than Krillin, let's be honest. Hell, Krillin was stronger than Yamcha in Dragon Ball Z to begin with. Granted, Yamcha kind of retired and was a baseball player at that point, but still, the point remains. So instead of 42, I'm going to go about 30. So if you multiply 150 times 30, you're going to get, roughly speaking, 4,500. And then with Tien because Tien's actually not 100% human. That's the thing about Tien, is that he isn't 100% human. The reason he has 3 eyes is he actually is descended from a 3-eyed race of beings that are, I think they're like aliens of some kind. Point being, he's a descendant, so he's not 100% human. So I'm going to say his is probably, and he was a more serious martial artist anyway. But Krillin had a lot of untapped potential, and because of his lack of confidence, things along those lines. So I'm going to say that Tien's wasn't quite as high as Krillin's, but I'm going to put it higher than Yamcha, and we're going to put it at 35. So 180 times 35 is... Oh, mail's here. So I'll do that after the video's done. Where was it? Sorry. 35 times 180. I mean, I have to do the math real quick in my head there, but I mean, just times that by 10, you get to 1,800. You times that by 3, and you get to, I believe it's 56? No, 54. 54. 5,400. And then take half of that, that's 900, add on there. Tien's around 6,300 when his potential is overall luck. Now, they'll still probably grow leaps and bounds due to their strength overall, through training and things along those lines, but ultimately, that's where they end up. So that we have Tien at 6,400 and Yamcha at 4,500. Vegeta already is at 56,000. Now I don't think because apparently half-blood Saiyans may have inherently better potential than full-blood Saiyans. I'm not going to put Vegeta as high as a multiplier as Gohan overall, but I am going to put it around 100,000. I think that's fair. No, we'll even put it a little lower. We'll put it at 80,000. 80 times what he was initially. So 80 times 70,000 times 1070. Really, it's actually the same thing. It's basically just adding our 10 times to the 56. 5,600 is where he stands right now, which already means he's in he could theoretically transform into a Super Saiyan category. But I digress. So when years pass and everything's kind of settled out, Next World Martial Arts Tournament has happened. Roshi doesn't participate as Jackie Chan. He pretty much retires at this point. Though I don't think he ever lets up on his training. I think we'll always have Roshi kind of trying to improve himself. Even wise martial artists are never content with their power. They're always striving to maybe better themselves in some way. Though they are aware of that they don't have to do much if they're that powerful. So years later go by. I do think it is Vegeta still and Bulma, because unlike Goku, Vegeta's not a dumbass when it comes to women. Now, to be fair, also they met Chi-Chi. He did, but I doubt he had any real attraction. Chi-Chi's not. He's had more interaction with Bulma. We know Vegeta ends up with Bulma in the series, so I think he just would naturally be more attracted to Bulma anyway. Plus, Chi-Chi as a young girl, I don't see her being someone that Vegeta would be attracted to. Plus, she's a lot younger than Vegeta. Like, Goku was around 12. Vegeta's about 3 years older. About 3 years older, so that would put him at 15. And if Chi-Chi is roughly speaking the same age as Goku, give or take a year or two, that means he's a good 4 or 5 years older than her, and he's in his mid-teens to begin with. Yeah, it's one of those things that I don't naturally think that Vegeta would be attracted to Chi-Chi, if I'm going to be honest. Now, that's a different what if entirely if Chi-Chi and Vegeta wound up together. But we would cut to they would have Trunks. Now, that being said, though, with Vegeta, I think what would happen is they'd have Trunks. Or actually, no. I actually think what it would be is that they would it'd be Trunks, but he'd be named after Gohan. He'd be named Gohan. Gohan, everything about Trunks pretty much stays the same. His character might be a little different because different raising, but he would still be Gohan. His name would be Gohan, because I think Vegeta would be, want to honor the man that took him in, despite the fact he was a stranger and gave him a home and taught him discipline and everything along those lines. And I think he'd want to honor that. And Gohan's still alive, too. I don't think there'd be any reason why he wouldn't be alive, honestly. I think that I've had some scenarios where he does die of old age. Just to make it more poignant that he passed away, and to honor him, the man who took him in, they name him Gohan. I think that... you know what? I think that's what happened, what I did in the... spoiler a little bit. In the Bardock and Gine one, I think that's what I had them do, was that he passed away naturally, and to honor the man who, took them in, they named Goku and Bulma named their first son Gohan. And yeah, there was another little spoiler. I do believe Goku married Bulma in that one. Sorry about that. But yes, I think they do name him Gohan. He's still, though, he's a bit more, he's had the mind more of Trunks, but the thing is, I think they will spend some time, basically, Gohan's house becomes kind of like their getaway cottage, their getaway little house in the forest, where when they're tired of the the busy city life of Capsule Corp, they go and have a family vacation out in the forest and in the mountains, and they enjoy themselves very much. Trunks also, I think, is more inclined for being a martial artist than Gohan was, but in this case, he's Gohan, so we're going to be referring. I might go back and forth to say Trunks, but he is Gohan for all intent and purposes. He's just Gohan in Trunks' body, I guess. With all bit of Trunks' personality. Anyway, so he's definitely more inclined of a fighter than original Gohan was. So we don't actually know what kind of power level, though, Trunks was born with. We know age 4, I think that's what Gohan was. He was around, they say he's around 724 for his power level. But was Trunks that powerful at 4? Do we know if he was or not? I do not know. I really do not know if he was or not. Let's just say that for sake, he's got 1,000 power level. Because, again, with actual training, I imagine it would be a stronger power level that he has. So, yeah, we'll say 1,000. And I imagine Yamcha still goes to the baseball career. Although, I think he also still keeps up with his training. Because he's aware of the gift he was given. I don't think he shirks on his training. I think he at least maintains his power level. Maybe he's a little bit stronger. Maybe he's around 5,000 or 6,000, let's say. Tien, though, we know would be training, because he went from 180 by, I think, the end of Dragon Ball to around 250, which that's around 70. That is almost 50% power increase over several years. Now, with his inner potential unlocked also, and also Vegeta just being that much stronger than him, I'm sure he'd want to try to close that gap even further. So he'd be training extra hard. So for honest power, well, I don't see a reason why we couldn't put him at, let's say, 15,000. I think that's a fair number. With hidden potential unlocked, training with Chaozu, helping Chaozu get stronger as well. Krillin also is playing a lot of catch up, and he's busting his ass to really get there. So I think we'd see Krillin maybe at like a 500. I think that's honestly not unreasonable. 5 years of hardcore training to try to get up to Vegeta's level. Obviously nowhere near close, but still. Vegeta likewise hasn't been slacking. I think he's been, because we know Goku also increased his power. I think he nearly doubled it. No, he didn't nearly double. He came close. It was like 80% increase. So I think Vegeta, honestly, with a solid amount of training, them analyzing his Saiyan pod, I think that's reasonable too, because they still got it. Bulma probably at one point, maybe later on in the marriage, like in the last year before Rad shows up, created the the gravity chamber. So Vegeta, let's say for a reasonable even number, is 1 million. So they're all meeting at Roshi's. They're all having a good time, and by the way, with the hidden potential unlocked, I think they can sense power levels at this point. So they sense Raditz entering, and Vegeta's like, oh, that's a stronger power level than I've sensed normally, and everyone's just like, huh. Now, granted, Tien and Yamcha, I don't believe were there when Raditz was. No, Yamcha was there, but Tien wasn't. They were there when. Tien wasn't there when Raditz showed up. Yamcha and Krillin were. So basically, we cut to Raditz, showing up, picking up Scatter, and Scatter actually blows up, sensing Vegeta's power level. She's like, "What the hell was that?" It's like, "No, I gotta figure this out. What the hell's going on here?" And then he shows up. Vegeta, what the hell are you doing here? So that's where we're gonna leave it off. Is Raditz just shocked as hell that Vegeta is here on this planet? Like, what the hell are you doing here? So that's where we're going to leave it off. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. As always, if you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. Why am I speaking like a lounge singer? I don't know. Anyway, yeah. So put in the comments below. Let us know. I got a couple other videos I'm going to do today. I'm probably also going to pre-record tomorrow's videos as well. Just because, while we'll have time when I get back from work, honestly, I think it's just going to be easier because I got the day off today. So I'm just going to cram out a lot of videos I'm going to need to do. So until then, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. See you next time, folks.